I'm going to start this poem today a little close to home. And to do that, we're going to take a room in the iconic red double-decker bus through London. But first, democracy, the rule of law, individual liberty, mutual respect and tolerance, the 5 British values we're taught about in school, a fundamental tool which has permitted us to become committed in making our country, community and society accepting towards the variety of people that live around us. Because we in the UK are pioneering advocates for acceptance and human rights, yet as you pay close attention to the journey, all of a sudden, you begin to notice that people that get on and off, the crying babies or the person with a cough, someone coming home with shopping, and then you notice a person who looks tired from cleaning and mopping our streets, the key word being our. Our country sadly refuses to recognize identity on the basis of means. So what this really means is that families cannot claim an identity which is rightfully theirs. An identity which most families and individuals can't afford because the cost is set at a high £1,012 when it only really costs £300. So now, our journey to improvement as a country has been put to a halt. Because generations upon generations of hardworking and outgoing young girls and boys cannot attend university. And personally, I believe this requires a sense of urgency because no one should have to aspire to a future they can only admire being lived by someone else. So as we begin to near our destination, I would like to base this poem on one aspiration. Because what British values have taught me is that we must work hard together and appreciate the sense of community. But most importantly, we bond through unity. Because we cannot have British values if we don't simply value the talent and diversity within it. By putting an extortionate price which will permit us from being able to acquit ourselves from a charge for something so fundamental, our British identity.
Having a passport is important to people. Only if I had one to explore the world like other people. My mum has to go through a long process to get us one. But either way, my mum is not born here, so I am not a British citizen.
Chances of university gone. Chances of voting gone. How can they fit in with their friends if they're gone? Gone to university, gone to vote. They'll be sitting there wondering, could I be with them if I had the money? If my parents were born here? If life was fair? Life isn't, but things can be made fair. Can be made fair if the people act together and those in charge pay attention. Won't you, please? Because money doesn't grow on trees. It comes from hard work and good jobs. Jobs you need a degree for. A degree that is only available to some by coincidence, by accident, by chance.
A document, a couple of pieces of paper, black ink, all worth around a third of what you're charging us. It's only £1,000 you find yourself saying. Maybe to you, comfortable and righteous in your unethical fee. A document, a couple of pieces of paper, black ink. So many of us, adults, children, pensioners, cannot afford our right, cannot afford the price of belonging. A document, a couple of pieces of paper, black ink. Your fees, indescribably unattainable for many, should never be a barrier of belonging. Are you so heartless? A document, a couple of pieces of paper, black ink. Nothing comes for free these days, not even our thoughts, not even our sense of belonging, of home. Who are you to take that from me? A document, a couple of pieces of paper, black ink. You see our struggle, whether you purposefully blind yourself or not. You are the one who can change our suffering. So why don't you do it? A document, a couple of pieces of paper, black ink. We are asking politely for you to accept us, to love us, scrap the fees with opening arms and say, welcome home.